Hello friends, I am recording this for you today in the very appropriately named Geyser Park in Iceland, not too far from Reykjavik. It's called the Geyser Park because the primary geological feature here is called Geyser, and all the other geysers in the world, in Yellowstone and everywhere else, are named after the one here. So as you can see here in the park, the landscape is just seething, and that's because we are standing right on top of an area of active volcanic activity. And in fact, as I turn to my right, you can see the semi-dormant volcano that was created by this same magma source. But we're pretty safe. The volcano's not going to be blowing its top because instead it is generating heat that is fueling all the geysers here in the park. Like this little guy right here. This is the little geyser, happily bubbling away. That water is boiling hot, literally. But off to our right is where you get the real show, because up over here you've got some other steaming pools. Off to the right there, that is the original geyser, the one for which all other geysers are named. But then the real highlight is right here at center stage. This is Strokkur. This is the most active geyser in the park, and we've been timing it, and it tends to go off roughly every 4 minutes or so, which means we should be due for an eruption right about now. Strokkur is pretty dependable. It seems to go off every 4 to 5 minutes. The old one over here, though, the original geyser, not as dependable these days. Doesn't tend to go off much at all. We were lucky earlier today. We actually got to see it erupt. But right now, as you can see, just giving off a lot of steam. Okay, so let's take a closer look at Strokkur. This geyser is pretty cool to watch because you can see the water start to ripple and seethe, pulsing up and down as the pressure builds underneath, until finally you get a bubble just before the big eruption. That was a small one, not big at all compared to some we've seen today. But I'll move around the other side where we can get a good look, and hopefully I'll get to show you a big one. So as the pressure from steam is building up down inside there, as the water is being boiled by the hot rock and magma deep under the earth, the pressure builds, and you'll see the water here on the surface start to kind of pulsate. As the pressure builds, the water rises, but then it collapses on itself, and that cycle repeats over and over until finally, whoa, there it goes, until finally the pressure from the steam down underneath is so great that a massive bubble of steam builds up and makes its way all the way to the surface, and the geyser erupts. So we should be seeing that pretty soon. Looks like the water column is pulsing now as that steam is building up underground. And here we go. Oh yeah, that was a good one. And now all the water rushes right back in the pool. Secondary. So the water rushes right back in the pool, and the whole cycle starts all over again. Hope you enjoyed your visit here to the Geyser Park as much as we have today, and I hope you enjoyed the video.